back. Check out the polished frets. Looks like that Palo Ferro took some of the oil anyhow. Looks better. It doesn't look so thirsty. So we're going to show you how I string up a Stratocaster. Okay, so pretty much like all the other guitars too. Got to put some of the Big Ben's nut sauce in here. I'm almost out. Yeah, just had enough. Big Ben's nut sauce is dead. Alright, so how do I do strings? I set on the 6-in line, I set everything at all the slots so they're pointing at about 2 o'clock. Notice these have the staggered tuning machines. You've got 2 tall ones and 4 short ones, and a 5th that's even shorter, it looks like. Puts better tension on the nut. Okay. Alright. So we want as few wraps as possible, but we want enough wraps so that it doesn't come unstrung. So I put the string in that way. Yeah, see? My hand at the 12th fret. I'm going to pull that string pretty tight. Alright. Then we're going to make a Z. Zoom back in. So I'm making a Z. Let me show you. So it goes in at the top, comes out, and goes forward here. And that should give us about max 3 wraps. Pull your finger out, drop it into the nut sauce. And repeat. Okay, I failed to mention on the unwound strings, you want more wraps because there's nothing for the string to grab onto like it does have on the wound strings. So you have to account for that. Remember, always wrap to the bottom. Alright, so we are strung up. Now we just need to tune it up. And it appears that we can tighten the springs just a little bit in the back. So there's still room. The base of the bridge is almost to the deck, not quite. As long as you keep the keep that tight with the, or keep it level with the body, or the route, I should say. You're good. Okay, does that do it? That is down. Okay, back to tuning.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me.
All right, let's see where our neck relief is. Seventeenth fret, we want 10 thou. Feel a gauge at the 7th fret. And same as earlier, it can stand to be tightened. Now, don't get regular Allen wrenches because, well, these are the metric, but you see how short they are? You don't reach in there very well. If you actually get the Fender wrench, it fits in there and leaves enough of the wrench out and when you go to tighten things up, you want to make sure that you're not fighting against the strings. There we go. This was not the metric one. And tune back up. See what that did to the truss rod. It'll probably keep moving. There's a good quarter of a turn. Once again, 17th, 7th fret, 10th thou, and we gotta be tighter. Alright, get the idea. I'll be back. Okay, now naturally, everything's gonna move overnight. So we'll check it in the morning, make small adjustments to it, but we're going to call this done. So just recap, what did we do? Start up at this end. We tightened the tuner bushings, adjusted the truss rod, Polished the frets, oiled the fingerboard, new strings, new pickguard, electronics all put back where they're supposed to be, string height. Oh, we also had to tilt the neck just a little bit with the tilt in the back, just a half a turn. Oh, there's something I don't like. So a half turn on the tilt-o-matic in the back, so that I was able to achieve string height. I might actually drop that down again and readjust, because these saddles grub screws adjustments are at the extent of their travel. There we go. Okay. Anyhow, we set our intonation, placed the pickguard, reinstalled everything, tilted. So that's that. We're going to put these on tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow when we come back to check everything. Hey everybody, welcome back down to the underground lair. Just putting the finishing touches on our 2000 Stratocaster Professional Series 2. I did go ahead and release the tilt back about half of what I had given it, because these screws, the grub screws for the bridge, were almost at the end of their thread. So that allowed me to drop this down a little bit and still come up with the proper string height. So we are at, in Fender wants between 4 and 5 64ths across the radius. I tend to go a little bit higher on the wound strings just because they tend to buzz a little bit. I'm at just a hair, no, I'm actually right at 5 64ths. I am a little less than 5 64ths. I'm at 4 64ths, 4 64ths, 4 64ths, and 4 64ths. There's no buzz. Our intonation is set properly. So just to show you what I did, loosen these screws just a quarter of a turn. Turn this inside here with the same wrenches you use for the truss rod. I loosened it a quarter of a turn. Retightened all 4 screws, which then made the action a little bit high. So that allowed me to drop these back down to recapture some of the threading on the grub screws. So we have our string height, we have our intonation. Just double check the relief. I got it just a hair under 10 thou. I mean, when I say just a hair, you can just barely see the string move when I put it underneath there. Alright, so all that part's done. The strings are all stretched in. Now we got to put the locking tuners in. And this is always a pain because that's such a weird angle. Since that's a weird angle, we're going to do that one first. Hopefully, since it's Fender genuine parts, which are Shaler, but I think Shaler let their whatever legalese, allowing other companies to make them, ran out a couple years ago. So hopefully they use the same screw. It's nice to have a long-handled screwdriver with a rubber handle so that you can get at this without marring up the back of the neck or having to take the neck off, which would be a real drag. And this being an American Strat, yes, we want to keep our original parts. Just let me get this off of here. There we go. There's one original strut button. Keep your original parts because that makes it worth more money later. Alright. So we got these. We're going to use the white felts. Oh, they're in a little baggy. Okay. And I wonder if the thread's the same. One felt, two felt. Well, look at that. It's the same screw. So that's cool. Alright, so here's your Fender, Fender strap button. And if I had my way about it, since it's the same screw, right, it should just thread right up. Should being the operative word. So we're going to use the same tactic we used on the pick guard screws. Up, you back it up, and then it falls into the thread, which then allows you to screw it into the original thread, not stripping anything out. Isn't that fantastic, boys and girls? String people. I'm going to get a t-shirt made called I Am a String People. Okay, that's in there. And the way these work, unbolt the little bolt, put your strap in there, put the bolt back on, and then this little ball at the end, you pull that out, it releases the little black thing in the middle, and that allows you to slip this over the strap button, like that, and it's locked. Ta-da! Super cool. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with the back strap button. Okay, there we are. Put the other strap locketeer on there. I had these on a Les Paul. They're just solid. Okay. Last thing I want to double check, and I'm sure Fender got it right. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. We checked this in the beginning, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that nut is cut right. Alright, so let's give it one final tune. And we'll plug it into the noisemaker and see what it sounds like. Okay, let's see how close we guessed. I got these cool little pickup height adjusters. There's one for the middle one's for guitar bass side, the skinny one's for guitar treble side, and the thick one when you're doing a bass, this is the bass side and this is the treble side of the bass. So here you go. Oh, I nailed that first one. That's got to come up just a little bit. That's got to come up just a little bit. They both still have to come up. Once again, if you like what you see here on Stringman Guitars, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I would love you a long time. That's good. That's going to come up. It's still going to come up. And of course, these are just recommendations. Everybody likes their own setup, so if you like your pickups a little further away, more power to you. But this is how I set it up. See if that did it. Too high, just right. So these have got to go back. Split what I did in half. Hopefully we nailed it. Good, perfect, and good. Okay, that's a wrap. Oh, we got to put the back plate on yet, but hey, you don't need to watch that. Isn't that a beautiful roasted maple neck? And of course, yeah, we're going to take the, I always leave those on until the very end. So, we're done. Please, take care of yourselves. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Take care of your old folks and be good to everybody because there's too much nasty out there. It'd be better if there was good. Good always wins. Peace. Thank you very much.